So next we have on our panel is Irvin. And just to tell you a little bit about Irvin before he comes out is we were all hanging out beforehand, and Irvin's phone started making these funny noises, chinging noises. So he's really excited. I can see him over there, like, you know, like the little squiggling and stuff, you know, because he's so excited to tell us about what has happened with DS Domination, how DS Domination has affected his life. So, Irvin, you want to come on out and share your story with us? Okay, I think you're muted.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, good deal, good deal. How you doing? Thank you for having me. Irvin Fisher out of Houston, Texas, and I actually found DS Domination. I'm also a personal enrolled of Yvonne Anderson, and I worked with her on another project before. I didn't know her personally, but I did stay on her email list, right? So she sent an email to me back on November 1st, and I, for whatever reason, read that one. I actually, you know, I kind of, you know, we have these little words like we have focused tunnel vision on focusing on something that isn't working, right? I was there, right? I was focusing on something that really wasn't working well for me. But when she sent that email, I read it at about 10 o'clock that night, and when I watched the video and I saw what Roger was saying and what he was displaying, the first feeling that I had was I was a little upset. I kind of kicked myself. I was like, why didn't I put myself through college doing this, right? Because the system was so simple. I could see it working. I signed up immediately on that day. Like I said, I'm from Texas, Corrigan. Shout out to Corrigan, Texas, if anybody's watching, right? Is my hometown, little small town. So I hunted a lot, right? Anyway, first day of hunting season, I go on and I list this, you know, double gun camouflage kit, and I named it Duck Dynasty or something like that, right? Just using the titling instruction that Roger gave, and I was done listing a few items that night. Actually, by around 12:30, I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning and I had missed the sound of my first cha-ching, but a person had bought 2 of them. So I was a one-day glory story as far as you know, having some success right out of the gate with this business. I was excited. I knew that I found something that was great, and I went to work, but I also kept it a secret, right? So shame on me. I'm no longer doing that anymore. Right now with the Unit of Prosperity, great group, but that's kind of how I started out with the business.
So Irvin, I love your analogies. The one-day glory story. That is amazing. You know, and you figured it out. You know, you know, it's like you took the training and you applied it and you went to work and you got action right away, which is pretty cool. So you mentioned about you know, you listing things. So how much time would you say that, you know, it takes you to list an item?
Well, you know, there's a couple different ways to go about doing it, right? There's the hard way, like if you look around on eBay and see what everybody else is doing, and then there's the easy way to list, right? Like Rogers tells us in the training that you'll get. Right, so whenever you get the hang of listing an item the way that Roger explains it, for me personally, it takes about anywhere from 6 to 7 minutes. It just depends on how much like research I do as far as pricing and the spider technique. So not very long at all to list an item, and the favorite part is relisting whenever it's sold, right?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Was I breaking up?
No, my son came up.
Okay.
So, okay, so please forgive me in that last portion there. So, you know, what you're saying is that, you know, we need to basically, a person just would need to go in, follow the training that Roger provides, and it's just that simple, right? Right? Irvin, you there?
It is exactly that simple.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, okay. It is that Simple. And it's not one of those things where you have to know everything before you get started, right? What I did personally is I watched a little bit, I did a little bit. I watched a little bit, I did a little bit, but I stayed consistent, right? So if you will just stay consistent, if you will commit to taking a little bit of time each day, every other day, whatever your commitment can be, then you can find success in this business because it's all laid out for you. And that green button ought to be looking pretty enticing right now, just telling the truth about it.
So, Irvin, with that being said, let me ask you a question. You mentioned you talked about how you really, were keeping this as a secret and you really were not telling anyone. And you found another treasure on the other side of just listing on eBay. So tell us a little bit about this treasure that you found called the Unit of Prosperity, the team that you are part of.
Well, I have to tell you, I have been in different, home-based businesses for about 10 years. Different things, trying a little bit of this, trying a little bit of that, right? And I have to really credit the success that I've had in this business, honestly, the majority of it, since I've been with the UOP, because it has allowed me to have consistency, right? And sometimes it's difficult for people because you don't always have a nice, flashy website, or you don't always have a nice something or another, right? But you're missing a piece, and that piece is there. I think we're up to almost 11,000 people. Definitely over 10,000 people in the group, and we use it as a think tank. So if you have a question or something like that, you can always, at any time, day or night, go into the group, post something, and you'll get not just one person, but a group of people to actually reach out to you and help you with the best way that they can. So valuable.
Yes. Thank you very much, Irvin. We are excited to have you here tonight. We're honored to have your story, you sharing that with us. Can you tell us about how much you have earned with your sales so far, or do you have the numbers available?
Well, I've done a tally. I did a tally right around, right after Christmas, mm-hmm. And then I did another one towards the end of last month. Only a few $100s today, right? But I've generated around 12 grand in the business total in the time that I've been here.
That is awesome.
And that's not very much. A little bit. I'm working on that now, and I'm putting people in my team and coaching and training.
See, I need to pull a hand clapper out, but it wouldn't be fair if I just clap for you because everyone has amazing stories. So everybody is clapping for you. So wow, thank you very much, Irvin. We look forward to what else you're going to be doing here at DS Domination. Hopefully, you're going to make it to the event. And if so, I'm going to get an opportunity to meet you as well as the rest of the awesome, wonderful people on this panel. Again, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming out, sharing your story.
Thank you for watching. For more information, go to the About tab and visit my website. You'll see it right there in the description. It's partnerwithyvonne.com. Again, www.partnerwithyvonne.com.